Right. So, welcome everybody, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching the recording. We are going to try to finish the Gandhi One City Challenge game that, I've been playing in fits and starts over the last couple months. This will be part 3. Let's go ahead and first of all find the save game file. Should be right here. It looks like I haven't played this since July, so 2 months, almost exactly 2 months since I played this. And unlike what you've been seeing for AI survivor purposes, I am not immediately going to put the game in debug mode and start watching the AIs play against each other. So as a recap, we're into the end stages of the game. Hopefully this actually won't take all that long to finish, but the game has a way of throwing up additional challenges. So we're way in front of all the other AIs on the tech tree. If you look at the tech screen, most of the AIs are somewhere in the Renaissance or early industrial period. The one who's furthest along is Wynakopek, because he actually has tanks. He's the only AI that has tanks. Monty doesn't, I think he has rifles, but he doesn't even have education, so he's kind of behind. And Justinian's even further behind, but Justinian's down to 1 city. We ended on a bit of a cliffhanger last time because Wynakopek declared war, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to play this war because I had already been streaming it for like three or 4 hours at that point. The last session, looked like we were cruising along to an easy spaceship win, and then we realized that Pakal was actually getting really close to a cultural victory. So we had to go attack Pakal and burn down some of his cities. And we only were able to do that a couple turns before he would have won the game. I think we managed it by about somewhere between 5 and 10 turns, but it was pretty close. And so he only has 1 city that's like at 50k. Hopefully, his third is now at 8,000 culture, so hopefully he's not very close to a cultural win. And if we have to go back to rough him up again, we always can. So that's kind of the situation. Because I had to go after Pakal, I am not terribly well liked by the other AIs. The AI who likes me the most is shockingly Montezuma. We've actually been kind of friends in this game, which is bizarre. Monty's pleased with me. Tokugawa's cautious with me. The other 3 AIs basically hate me. So it's not surprising that Wynakopek just declared war. Like, there's really nothing surprising about that. Justinian doesn't like me either, but, I mean, there's not a lot to be scared of because he has 1 city left. Yeah, Justinian's leading the Empire of Trebizond. There's actually some amusing historical antecedents there. So there's one other thing that's super good news. So Monty's at war with Justinian. We know from AI Survivor the AI will not start a new war as long as they are in a war currently. But he can't reach Justinian because he doesn't have open borders with Wynakopek or with Pakal, I believe. Where's Monty? Yeah, he doesn't have open borders with Pakal or Wynakopek, so he can't reach Justinian to kill him. So he won't sign peace because he's so far ahead in power. So he's just locked in perma-war with an opponent he can't reach. And that's great because it means Monty will never declare war on us. So the only ones I really have to worry about are Toku and Wynakopek and Pakal. These are the 3 these are the only ones I actually have to worry about. And the one that's most dangerous is probably Wynakopek, who is attacking right now. So we need to find a way to deal with him. I'm not terribly worried. My army's small, but it is much more advanced. I will use this interturn to upgrade my infantry to mechs. That was one of the reasons on the tech tree why I went to robotics first, because I wanted to have access to mechs. And it was also because I wanted the space elevator, but the mechs didn't hurt either. So we don't have too many more spaceship techs to research. We're going through fission right now. We need to get composites, so we need our current tech, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 techs to go. Then we also have to build all the parts, and the problem is the parts take forever to build because we don't have aluminum, so we can't build them much faster than this. This is one of 5 thrusters, so it's going to take a little while to replace the parts, or to build the parts. The good news is once I have all the spaceship techs, I can replace all these towns with workshops and water mills, and I can increase my production by a lot. Because base production is only 38 right now. I can easily get that up to close to 100. But we need to finish researching the techs first. The other thing is I can build more units, but every turn spent building a unit is not a turn spent building spaceship parts. You technically only need 1 thruster, it's true. We probably do want to build more of them. So, especially because we can't build any other spaceship parts yet, so we might as well build the thrusters before that. I'm hoping I will not have to pull production off spaceship parts to build more units, but we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? So I'm going to wait and see. I'm thinking that this stack's going to move in, and then I'm going to hit it with some artillery and kill it. Probably only need to use like 2 artillery, and then I can easily kill the whole stack with tanks and mechs. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the question is, how many more units does Wynakopek have? Okay, yes, I can see he's got units down there. So this cav is easy pickings. We can just kill that. So is this here. This stack will wait until it's in range. Oh, wait, what are there? Oh, there's fighters on the fort. Well, this turn we don't want to go after that. Maybe in the future we will want to attack that. I'm not eager to send my bomber out. Didn't I have more bombers in the past? I thought I had more. Oh, well. Maybe they got... Did I move them somewhere else? Or I don't know. I thought I had more bombers or something. Oh, no, I just built one. That's right. I just built one for visibility. So I'd love to send this bomber out to get visibility. But he's got... Wynakopek has fighters. They'll just shoot it down. So I can't really use this bomber. What I'm going to use this turn to do is kill these units right here. And this stack is easy pickings. Why is that? Well, you might say, hey, aren't they in the forest? Don't they get the 50% defensive bonus? Every single one of these units doesn't get defensive bonuses. Tanks don't, cavs don't, cannons don't. Should have put some infantry in this stack so that they could defend. And I don't want him getting another tile forward and pillaging my towns. So we're going to hit this stack this turn. Also note that it's outside of his territory, so I will not, like, if I attack, he won't be able to counterattack this force. All right, so let's separate the stack. We want to use infantry, or artillery to go in first. They're mostly City Raider, although I do have one here that doesn't have a promotion. So let's take this. So this will be a loss, but it's worth it to collateral the rest of the stack. Like I said, I was planning to send in 2 artillery. Did we get a 1 hit on that tank? Just out of curiosity. We got 1 hit. Okay, that's probably about expected. So yeah, there's 1 other tank. We send in 1 other artillery. Sacrificial lamb. And then we should be able to mop up everything else. 15% odds to retreat. I would not expect this artillery to come back, though. So yeah, so we should be able to shred everything else without much trouble. Do I have enough to upgrade this guy, by the way? I need 200. Okay, so I'll be there in a few turns. All right, so tanks go in. We'll send the ones with the field promotions first. 88.8. What odds do the mechs get, just out of curiosity? That's my medic unit. 90. Well, 90 is better than 88. Also, the tanks can blitz and attack twice, so I'd prefer to save them for blitzing purposes. The mechs do not have blitz. So that's 1 down. We should be able to wipe... Our goal this turn is just to wipe this stack. Like, just to kill everything if we can. 90. Let's see if what the combat 2 is. All right, 96. He only had 2 tanks in this stack, so... Wiping after the tanks are gone, everything else should be much easier to kill. Yeah, that mech went down to one hit point, but did survive. That was a close fight. 3 hit. I got it down to 7 HP, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row before finishing it off. Unnecessarily dramatic. Now the rest should be mop up without too much difficulty. So let's see if we can start using some of our tanks here. What causes the little song that plays when you win or lose battles? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Okay, so 95, and that tank can attack again. Wait, did that tank take no damage? It did not take. It was a flawless win. Nice. So we'll just attack and kill it. Attack again. This is where the blitz promotion is, or having tanks innately having blitz is so nice. Just get to kill 2 of them at once. So I've got all these City Raider tanks, which are not quite as useful here. They should still get good odds, though. Tank against Cav is not... And that... Wait, did that unit not get to attack again? Why did that unit not get to attack again? Why wasn't I able to blitz that time? It was only 2 movement. What happened there? Why is that unit not able to attack again? No road on that tile. Well, but it never actually moves onto that tile. I just blitzed with the last tank. Didn't you see the last tank attacked twice? Huh. That's really weird. I'm confused. I should have been able to... Maybe I moved it earlier in the turn somehow? I don't know. Because I still have 2 movement left here. That was 2 tanks that attacked once each. Oh. No, it wouldn't let me attack again. What's going on? But I'm not actually attacking into that tile. Like, I never leave this tile. But I was able to blitz with one of my earlier tanks, wasn't I? I could have... You need a rail on the tile you're moving. I could have sworn that I blitzed with one of the earlier tanks. I swear I... Well, maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn that I blitzed with one of the earlier tanks, though. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's hard to tell, right? Because... 1, 2, 3, 4... No, I guess you're right, because I attacked... There's 4 tanks there. Okay. Can't blitz into hills and forests without roads. Okay. Huh. I guess I'm wrong. Well, could have sworn that I was able to blitz with those guys, but I guess I wasn't. In that case, we'll just have to cut them down one at a time. The old-fashioned way. Pretty sure nothing can actually reach my one city. Yeah, and these guys, nothing can actually reach that. So, like I said, we're wiping out this stack this turn. I do like that laser animation. One nice thing about the mechs is they will heal even if they fight, because they have March promotion, which is really nice to have as an innate promotion. So yeah, I think we just keep sending them in. Only 97% on this guy because he has City Raider promotions. But I'll take the 97s. Unfortunately, my oil resource is right here. Now, I don't really want to be fighting Wynakopek. My goal is just to do as much damage as I can to him, and then hopefully he'll just sue for peace afterwards. After I kill off a bunch of his units. Because I want to just build the rest of the spaceship parts and finish with this map. And I'll leave the 1 cannon. If it wants to attack my stack, it's welcome to do so. I don't care about that unit, because I don't want to move into the forest. Sadly, my workers got sniped on the first turn of this war, which really sucks. Because I need the workers. We also... Oh, we got another great general. Well, the best thing to do is join the city as a military instructor. Take the extra 3 beakers and the extra promotion stuff. Might just say he wants to win the game. I mean, we'll see. The AI is usually pretty willing to sue for peace, though. Unfortunately, we got an artist, which is not the most useful great person. So, what was it? We have 1 more Golden Age ready to go, right? I think we have 1 more Golden Age ready. So we have 1, 2, 3... Yeah, we've got 4... We've got all the great people we need for a Golden Age. How many... What's the current Golden Age? It's 3. Oh, wait, that's right. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We would then need 4 for the next Golden Age. I don't think we're going to get to a 4-person Golden Age. It seems unlikely. So I don't know what we do with this person. I guess we... No, we're not going to research mass media. The great work's not going to be useful. I guess he just joins the city as a great artist. So we don't need another great artist, or we don't need another great person. We only have enough great people for one more golden age. We already got the, like this science, we get the engineer. Like how many more great people are we gonna get? 27, no. Even with that great engineer, I don't see us getting the 4-man golden age. I don't think so. So I think it just joins the city as a super specialist. Yet another super specialist for the minuscule extra. These were my little spies behind the front lines, trying to watch to see, keep an eye on Wina Kopek. I don't really care if they get eliminated. Just trying to like keep an eye out. Alright, so that was pretty good. We killed almost all those units. We should be able to kill these guys as they come in. Like I said, at the moment I don't feel threatened enough to pull off. And at this point I think I don't want the scientist, I think I want the engineer. I think I want more production to try to finish this faster. I think I'm more production capped than I am science capped at the moment. Let's see where he moves his forces. Okay, so he retreated that. One fighter attacked the stack, which is not too scary. All right, so we kill these guys this turn. Probably heal. Well, I kind of need to pull units back to Lonely for healing, just because I don't want them to get hit by enemy fighters. Like you can see a mech got attacked by a fighter. Since these are on our rail network, though, we can kill enemies and move back into the city where they're safe. All right. So there are some tanks that are at full health, if I remember correctly. We might as well use them. Like, this is on a railroad, so... 95? Let's just get slightly better odds. I mean, 95 is not like bad odds or anything, but... I should have enough to walk back in there. Yep. Alright. You get 96. Same thing. We'll just kill you and then retreat. That tank took a little bit more damage, but move you back in there. Should be another tank that's full health, or actually, do I have a mech that's full health? Yeah, I have a full health mech that's probably a slightly better matchup. Not that it matters because that cav is this cav is just flanking promotions. But the mech will heal even on the turn when it moves, which is why it's better to use if I can. Alright, so there we go. So that's the cleanup for this turn. If we can heal our guys, we could potentially look to strike him. But I don't really care about wiping out his units. I just want to get him to sign peace. So I'm happy mostly just to defend what I have. I don't care if he pillages stuff out in the third ring. Mostly just have to keep my actual city intact. So yeah, we'll just move the rest of these units back in here for healing, where they can't be bombarded. Alright, that should be fine. What civics are we in? Great question. So bureaucracy, of course, because we only have one city. Representation for the extra beakers. You can make a case uni-suffrage might be worth going into for the extra production at some point. We're in serfdom for lack of anything else to put it in, because we're not whipping at this point. Caste wouldn't be bad either. Although I don't really need caste, I have enough buildings. Free market for the extra trade routes, and then free religion. You guys could see I was in free religion because I didn't have a religion declared. Alright, let's see what we got up here. Alright, well it doesn't look like there's any Wina Kopek units right on the border there. Aha, I'm going to steal your worker with a missionary. Just stay back here. really know what this missionary is doing. I think I'm just going to have this guy chill on the back lines for the time being. Needless to say, we did kill a lot of Wynakopek units. Like, we killed a pretty decent-sized stack there. And then we killed 3 more calves. So he's welcome to come into my territory. It's too bad I don't have any gunships to kill off his tanks. But I don't have the tech for it. And yeah, I don't really have the tech for it. Plus my oil got disconnected, which is a shame. Part of the reason why I'm probably going to have to squeeze a worker out here sooner or later. Well, I can just see, I mean, he just declared war. The AI will never talk for the first couple turns, so don't expect him to declare war for the time being. Or don't expect him to be willing to sign peace for the time being. Oh, that's right, they can bombard tile improvements too. Well, that's annoying. I forgot that they can do that. Not that there's a worry about camps, because there's like 10 gazillion camps on this map, but now do I have to cram out the air defense building? Bunker, minus 50% damage from air units. I might have to slip that in just because he's got the air units. Not something you typically have to use. Alright, so I'm gonna heal. Again, mostly just keeping an eye on anything forming up down here. This is still a Tokugawa city, even though it might not look like it. I wouldn't mind raising this city, honestly, but like I said, I'm still mostly content just to defend. Let's heal for this turn. Like, I'm sure I could kill this stack, but is it really worth losing units for it? I don't think so. I'll let this tank, if this tank wants to push in, I'll see if I can attack it, but if it wants to stay back there, then whatever. You can probably just go to sleep, too. Most are just waiting until he hopefully is willing to sign peace with us. Yeah, okay, you can charge in there all you want. He wants my assistance against the Byzantines. I think I say yes and then just peace out with Justinian as soon as possible. The only thing is that's going to make Wynakopek even madder with me, but I do not want to be on Monty's bad side. So I think I say yes and then just sign peace with Justinian after 10 turns, or whatever. Because I want Monty to be friendly with me. Like, I could easily wipe out this city, but, where was the oh, okay. Oh, they took out my silver. I don't actually need the happiness, but that's still annoying. Anyways, we need something to kill this. He has the anti-gun. He has the anti-gun. Actually, I'm not going to get great odds against that unit. I don't have anything that would get great odds. Unless I can hit it with the bomber. It's a little bit risky because the bomber might get shot down, but this is probably deep enough in my territory that I don't know if his fighters can reach this. Let's find out. All right, well, it worked out. Yeah, just because I didn't get I don't get great odds. The mechs will not get great odds here either because he's got the pinch promotion to use against them. What I really need here is a unit that's anti-tank, but I don't have any of those right now. It's like I can't get odds better than 84%. So we just have to take the like 5 and 6 odds and hope they come out on top, which they didn't, of course. I actually got a pretty terrible dice roll in that battle. Yeah, we only got 2 hits, then he hit me 4 times. That was kind of unlucky. No, actually, he hit me 6 times. Okay, I had to hit him 4 times. He had to hit me 6 times. He hit me 6 times in a row. Okay, well, I mean, we can easily clean up this unit now, but that wasn't a great trade, obviously. Trading 1 for 1 there, not ideal. Oh well. On the plus side, though, I can upgrade this infantry into a mech. So that's nice. I think I'm going to build... once these thrusters are done, I think I'm going to build... well, anytime I don't have much overflow, and I don't think I'm going to have a lot of overflow here, I think I'm just going to crank out a worker or 2, because I do need some workers to like replace tile improvements. No AI is even remotely close to the spaceship. We have lots of time in that regard. If you're curious about what they are in techs, Monty's the most advanced, and like he doesn't have biology, fission, artillery, radio, or rocketry, so no one's close to finishing the tech tree, and that's nice.
If the Radiance
There's agriculture. Again, our goal to launch the spaceship without ever researching agriculture. Alright, so I'm trying to think what's most useful next out of the remaining spaceship techs. I probably should get to fission because the engines are so expensive. That's probably the best place to go next. So like go to ecology, fiber optics, fusion, and then we can get genetics and composites after that. Although I guess the engines aren't that much more expensive for this setup. No, Pakal never called off cultural victory. We just went and burned his cities down, if you watched the previous part. Oh no, the enemy has been spotted near Lonely. I'm taking out these excess camps, which I do need to keep at least one of these camps up. I think I'm also trading... no, I wouldn't be trading deer to anyone, because everybody has deer on this map. Do I want to wipe out these? Oh, there's a worker! I can go get a worker! Yes! Haha! I was like, oh, I can get a worker over there. Nice. Forgot about that. Because I need workers. Give me that worker, buddy. So composites, the problem for modern armor is you need aluminum to build modern armor, and there's no aluminum in my territory, and in fact, there's actually only one aluminum resource in the entire world. If you look at this map, this weird script that we're running, there's only one aluminum in the entire world, and it's at Kagoshima. So no, I don't have aluminum, and no one else has aluminum either on this really weird map. Thankfully, I do have oil, and thank goodness for that. Although it's currently disconnected because that was what Huayna pillaged on the first turn of the war. So let's just cover this unit. Now, I don't think I'm going to get attacked by Justinian, but just in case, I actually managed to get a worker there. If Huayna puts a worker on the border, I would happily snipe it, but I don't see anywhere close. That longbow did a lot of damage. Yeah, more damage than you would expect. He actually hit me twice, which is kind of shocking considering that it was 38 against 10. Only had about 1 in 4 odds to get even one hit. And he got 2 hits. Or something like that. I don't think I got the exact amount correct, but it was a little unlikely. So one of the things that we've also seen from AI Survivor is we add the thrusters, little graphic there. One of the things we've seen from AI Survivor is generally when the AI declares war. Did we get any overflow? Okay, very little. I'm worried I will exceed the cap on overflow here because it only costs 60. I think that's more than I can overflow on a build. So we'll keep building spaceship parts for right now because there's nothing else to build. One of the things we've seen, to get back to my previous point, one of the things we've seen is the AI will like move in with a big stack, and if that stack gets wiped out, they don't usually have like a lot behind it, if that makes sense. So like I blunted that initial attack, and now Huayna doesn't really have much behind it, because his existing units probably have AI city defense mission for the most part. So he'll build another stack, but it'll take him a little while to get there, and that'll give us a bit of extra time. So yeah, let's move the worker into our territory. I do really want... It would be really nice to have 2 workers, though. Yeah, I really should get another one, even if I lose a little production overflow. You know what? We can reassign some of these specialists in that case. I don't think it even makes that big of a difference, just for this turn. Two workers is just a lot better than 1. Yeah, Monty is quite a strong power. He's not strong technologically, but he's a bit of a power for sure. All right, so we'll take that overflow, put it into the spaceship part. So unfortunately, we still need... What's the other? We still really could use a source of coal to keep our ironworks powered. Can't remember if there are any other sources of coal out there that we were relying on. Toku has multiple sources of coal. I wonder if he'd be willing to trade one. No, we just don't like you enough because we're only cautious. Other sources of coal. Well, Monty has 2, but I don't know if he has the tech that unlocks coal. I don't think he has... What's the tech that unlocks it? I don't think he even has the tech that allows him to see it yet. Yeah, he needs to get steam power. We got to keep an eye out for when Monty gets steam power, because he can research it. Because I want to trade for that coal as soon as he can. He will be willing to trade it to us, because that would give us... that would continue to boost our... whatchamacallit? Our heroic... Our ironworks, excuse me. Oh, I have National Park, no coal? Okay. Well, that's probably... I forgot about that. So I guess it's only the iron we can make use of then. Oh, well. The iron that we're getting from Montezuma, if I remember correctly. Alright, Wine is willing to talk. He wants 60 gold. Sure. Why not? Okay. Whatever, he said he wanted 60 gold. And I definitely want the treaty. Alright. Sure, whatever. 60 gold is nothing. Alright, good. Now we can get back, fix up, we can reattach some of the, we can reattach this oil well, first of all. I think that's the first most important thing to reconnect. Alright, we were able to get out of this war. So now we can get back to just teching away. Fortunate. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Global warming hit and wiped out that forest tile. Okay, weird place for global warming to strike. This is great. Now Wynakopek will be busy for the time being. So this is fantastic. Monty's tied up in a war with Justinian that he can never get out of. And we might want to just sit in this war, because that'll continue to build up the mutual military struggle bonus with Monty. We might as well just stay in this war. Justinian can't do anything to us. Monty will like it. And then now Toku's involved in a war with Wynakopek. Perfect. Of course, they will probably ask us to join. Toku will probably ask us to join, and I'll have to say no. But that's okay. And Pakal is still pretty crippled from when I went and raised all, like, 3 cities in his core. Might be better to build a fort instead of a well. Does the AI... Okay, I didn't know the AI was less likely to pillage them. Well, I'll keep that in mind for the future. This is on Monarch difficulty. So the next thing to do is yeah, see... No way. I would not declare on Toku even if we were friends, which we're not. I would like to get this railroad reestablished too. So yeah, the two of you go ahead and go to war with one another. So who is it? It was Toku that started the war, right? Yeah, Toku started it, so he obviously feels confident. Let's see if we can find his big stack, where he's attacking from. I can't see if he's attacking at Ollantay Tambo. Also, I can't go in Wynakopek's territory because we don't have open borders. Here it is, it's at Machu Picchu. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. You get back here. But you keep an eye on this fighting over here. Hi, Kojin Cajun. So, some collateral damage on both sides. In terms of tech, because Wynakopek has tanks, normally I think he would win this war. Sadly, we can't see the bar graphs. This is not AI Survivor, so I can't see the bar graphs. And my espionage is terrible because espionage is mostly driven by like how many cities you have and like how many cities you can put in like courthouses and jails and whatnot. And I only have 1 city, so my espionage just is terrible. Maybe if we finish the tech tree, we can stop researching and run espionage or something. But I can't see any bar graphs with anyone. All I can see is just the demos. Excuse me, and of course I'm last in the demos. All right, so we got that. We might want to reconnect the... no, I think more important than reconnecting resources we're not using is looking to swap these over to workshops and water mills. So let's first see how close we are to... All right, so these windmills can be reconverted into mines. And in fact, I think I should do that right now, honestly. Like having the extra commerce is not that significant right now because we're clearly going to finish the tech tree long before we finish building the spaceships. Let's reconvert these back over to mines right now to get the extra production. So I'm going to change my windmills over to mines. Fortunately, I already had them set to do that. This also stagnates me on food, which I'm pretty happy with because I don't need to get to I don't need to get to size 25. Size 24 is plenty. So that's got, yeah, now we're up to base production of, because we were at like 38 production, now we're up to 50, and we can take that a little bit higher. So I'm not going to put debug mode on because this is an actual game that I'm playing. It's not AI Survivor. So I'm not going to put debug mode on. Not while I'm like actually trying to play a real game. I know it's easy to get stuck. It's easy to get in that habit of like, hey, I love being able to see the whole map. Totally understand that. Boy, these are expensive techs. Fortunately, fiber optics and fusion are like the two most expensive techs in the game. Yeah, these are the two most expensive techs in the game. I guess stealth is, if you count stealth, but we're never going up there. So fiber optics, fusion, genetics, composites, those are the only techs we still need. So I can't bulldoze over my cottages just yet. And I don't think I want to drop the city into an actual food deficit. Not yet, not until we get a little closer to the end. Oh yeah, I am still technically at war with Justinian. Hey, who wants an XP? You're at 4 XP. Get that 5th point of XP. If I really want to be a jerk, I can pillage his tile improvements. Take that! You don't get to have a farm. Maybe he'll build another worker to reconnect that, and then I can capture it. Probably not, but you never know. All right, well, since we don't have other stuff to do, let's, since I'm not going to, let's reconnect this while we've got the time. If nothing else, it'll serve as a distraction for Huayna Capac if we end up back at war again. I wish I knew how much the defenses have been bombarded at Machu Picchu. He's got 2 cannons, so he should be close to getting the defenses down there with 2 cannons. Yep, and there it goes. Haha, take that. I'm on much better terms with I'm on much better terms with Tokugawa than Huayna Capac, so I am happy to see Huayna Capac getting knocked around a peg. Huayna's also the AI tech leader. It was Pakal, but we roughed up Pakal pretty good. Oh hey, there's a longbow here. Who wants more XP? It's probably someone at like 9 XP. Yeah, I see a tank at 9 XP. No, I just want the 1 tank, thank you. Poor Justinian. Oh yeah, I could use the bomber. That's right. Now that we're not at war, the bomber can go out there safely and bring me intelligence. That's right. Let's just, what is it, air recon mode? Recon mode, R. Yeah, that'll give us a, that's better than using these, using these war reporters in terms of missionaries. So yeah, this looks like a great outcome for us. Heavy losses on both sides. Japan lost a lot of units, and so did Inca. So that's good stuff. Can we name our 1 bomber Chun Chun Maru? Sure. I don't actually know that reference. All right, so thrusters do in 1 turn. Then we'll pop out the spaceship part we unlocked, the life support. Then we'll go back to more thrusters as we continue unlocking this. That's why it's good to get the something like the thrusters out of the way first, because you need to build 5 of them. You might as well work on them while you're researching the other spaceship parts. In fact, I might want to go for composites after fiber optics, just so I can work on the casings. In fact, I probably should do that, because that's an expensive tech too. Konosuba is the reference. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, I'm afraid. Alrighty. Yeah, so hopefully we're just next turning here for a bit and not having to worry about much else. I think we're safe at the moment because all the major AIs... I guess Pakal could attack us, but I don't really see him coming back for another round. We messed him up pretty good. Alright, another thruster done. 2 out of 5 now. Alright, so now we will get the life support. So our production... Yeah, so we're almost at... So we're at like 200 per turn, roughly, with no overflow. Yeah, you guys can just hang out. So don't expect much movement in this war for the time being, because it's going to take Tokugawa a little time to heal up. But he definitely got the better of that exchange. Of course, the city he captured is pretty much useless from Tokugawa. Or from Wainakapa, because it's so crushed by Incan culture. Alright, so now we've repaired the tile improvements that got pillaged. We also have all these forests we could potentially chop, and honestly we probably should start chopping them. It won't do much in terms of the production. And I'm wondering if it's better to do composites before fiber optics. Just so I have all those casings I can work on while I'm researching. Because I've already got 2 of the... Yeah, you know what? Let's switch this over just so I can get this done more quickly. Because I want to make sure I'm always building towards a spaceship part. The secrets of flight were stolen by enemy infiltrators. Ooh, that's not good. Are you doing a... I was hoping my spy was doing like a counter-espionage by standing here. I guess not. I thought it was harder to steal something if your spy was in... if you had a spy in your own city, but I could be wrong. Or it could have just been a good dice roll, too. Alright, yeah, not much happening over here, from what I can see. So I guess I'll hold off on the forest chops just a little longer. It's not like they would do a ton anyway. The next thing to do is to make sure all of our other tiles are pre-set up for workshops and the like. So that's ready to go on the windmill. Alright, so that's already pre-workshopped. I may have already done this everywhere. That's pre-workshopped. So as soon as we don't need to research, we can convert... Alright, that tile was not fully pre-workshopped. As soon as we don't need to research anymore... Oh wait, yes it is. That one is pre-workshopped. Looks like I've got just about all of these done. This one is not, though. Like, as soon as we don't need this, at the very end of the game, we swap into cast system for the +1 from workshops and state prop. Oh, we don't have state property. I actually need that. Well, I can pick up communism once I don't need the other spaceship techs. It's very cheap at this point. Just so I can get into that as well. No, the forests are so I can burn them for forest chop. So I can burn them for a little bit of extra production at the very end. But yeah, we should... I just can't get rid of my towns just yet, because I do still need the research to get these techs, which are extremely expensive. Could always trigger another Golden Age, though. In fact, now's probably not a bad time to trigger a Golden Age, just because it'll help me with the research as well as the production. Yeah, might as well. I don't see any reason not to. So... won't make a big difference at this stage of the game. So is there a way to do a similar AI survivor for Civ 6? Not that I'm aware of. Also, it would be really boring because the AI in Civ 6 can't capture cities, like, period. The AI in Civ 6 just literally can't capture cities ever, so it would not make for very interesting to watch, even if there were an easy way to set it up. It's really quite sad the AI can't ever capture cities in Civ 6. Oh yeah, and uni suffrage, you're right. I should be in uni suffrage for this. because I don't need representation for happiness. I don't need the beakers, but I do want the bonus production. Yeah, there we go. Look at those towns. That's nice. We're now at 85 production per turn. Pretty sweet. That'll burn through some. Yeah, that'll burn through the remaining spaceship parts pretty quickly. We should be able to get the rest of these thrusters done, and then can start working on the. I'm glad I switched to composite so I can start working on the casings. Just make sure I don't actually bulldoze the town. So what's the yield here? 2 food, 3 production, 7 commerce. That's pretty nice. I can always replace this with a mine for uranium. Although, is a mine better than a workshop? Yeah, because it gets the... It'll get the... No, actually, I don't know if the... I don't know if this is actually better. Oh, yeah, actually, I think... went back and forth a bunch of times, but I think, yeah, that's probably... The mine is probably just as good. Does Civ 6 have a one city challenge mode now? I wasn't familiar with that. I just know that the AI can't seem to capture cities ever in Civ 6. So I think I've told this anecdote before, but I'll tell it again just because I think it's a good one. So when Civ 6 was about to come out, the developers did a live stream where they had the AI play against itself. So, similar to what we do with AI Survivor. They were like in a debug mode, and the AI, you could see the whole map, and the AIs just played each other. And so someone in chat was like, wow, how often does the AI win by the different victory conditions? And one of the designers was like, well, they've never won by domination ever, because, they always win by space. It's like, they really only win by space. They never win by domination. I was like, wait, they've never won by domination? You've run like 1,000 AI test games, and not once has the AI ever won by domination? Like, that's kind of a bad sign if your AI literally can't win one of the victory conditions. And it's like, yeah, the AI just can't capture cities in Civ 6. It's just too complicated for them. As soon as walls go up, they will never capture a city ever. It's very sad. It's very sad. Yes, I know there was a video posted recently where the one streamer did a game with no cities at all. I think that required kind of a weird setup. But there's some wonky stuff. I mean, I actually think Civ 6 is a pretty solid game. It's not as good as Civ 4, but it's pretty solid. The big thing is that the AI just can't understand the game at all. And it's kind of sad. It's a good multiplayer game. Like, the tactical combat's really good, but the AI just can't understand it. And the whole district thing, while I do think the districts are really cool, the AI just does not understand how to build districts at all. It's just the game's too complicated. The AI doesn't understand how to play it. Here, I'm kind of curious to see if this stack is going to have any success in attacking Cuzco. One nice thing is Huayna Capac seems to have just destroyed his economy in this war. Look how low his cities are. His capital's size 8. Tiwanaku is only size 7. Like, he's really struggling in terms of... he's really struggling here, just period. It's also not great that it looks like I might lose this oil to his culture, but... if that happens, we'll just build more mechs. I would not be able to replace the tanks, but mechs are arguably better units anyway. Oh wow, the defenses went down pretty fast. So normally I'd say yes here, but here's the thing. He's already at war with Toku, so no, I don't care. You're at war with Tokugawa. I'm not intimidated at all. Like, you're not going to start another war. Like, it's a small price to pay, but I don't think it literally does anything. He's already annoyed. He just stays at annoyed. Oh well, who cares? One thing you do miss out on in the AI Survivor stuff is you don't get to see the diplomacy between the human and the AI. Which there's a lot to it. The diplomacy in this game is pretty good overall, I'd say. All right, so here we go. Another fight at Cuzco. There's not that many actual attackers. It's a lot of artillery, not that many non-siege attackers. Here we are. Here we're doing AI Survivor again. But if you look at the defenders, there's not a lot of defenders here. There's two infantry, 2 SAM infantry, which are not that great. And then there's a tank and 2 cannons. Like, the defense of the city is pretty bad. I think Toku's got a chance to capture it. Yeah. Although maybe we don't want Toku to get too strong, because I don't want to run away Tokugawa either. Although I'm hoping to be out of this world before, off this planet, by the time that he gets done with this Incan war. Yeah, don't get mad at me, Toku. I'm your friend over here, buddy. Still, I think we're making good progress here to get to escape this map and be ready to get out of here pretty quickly. So here's another thrusters down. We're really chewing through these here in the Golden Age. And then composites will unlock the casings. And then we really just need to get fiber optics fusion genetics. Just a matter of researching through the remaining techs. By the way, what happened to our beakers? I thought we were at like 1,000 per turn on the beakers. Did Toku close borders with... Did he close open borders with us? Because weren't we at like 1,000 beakers per turn previously? No? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought I was at higher... Oh, you know what it is? I lost It's representation. It was dropping representation, that's it. Because I have so many gazillion specialists in this city. I have so many specialists, that's true. So I do think we'll keep... I think we keep uni-suffrage while we're in the Golden Age. Wait, that's another city going down? Okay, now I'm starting to get concerned that we may have a bit of a runaway here between Toku. And I'm a little bit worried that Toku might be getting too strong out of this. Well, we'll deal with that when we get there. I'm just trying to think here, like, how many more turns is it going to take in terms of research? 3 here, 9... We'll probably need about 30 or so turns. I guess this is right. Because we still have to build not just the thrusters, we've still got to build the casings too. At least we have most of the thrusters done. We have 3 done, 2 more to go, and then we can go right on to the casings. And then it's just and then we got to get to those engines, which are expensive. At least the cockpit's very cheap. Monty can end his war now? I don't think he can. He's still trapped in this war with Justinian. The thing is, though, Monty likes Tokugawa, right? Like, I don't want to sick Monty on Tokugawa because they're friends. Here we go. Monty, see, he likes Tokugawa, so it's not like he's very likely to start a war with him. So I'm perfectly content to keep Monty trapped in this war for the time being because that mutual military struggle is still going up. We're up to +3 now. I would love to get him to friendly. Monty can't... I don't think he can reach Trebizond, because he doesn't have open borders with Pakal, does he? No, he doesn't have open borders with Pakal, so he can't get there. Or Huayna... Oh, you know what? Though, if Huayna Capac dies, he could get over there. Well, we'll see. Deal with that when we get there. So now we have everything... All the towns ready to be blitzed over, if need be. Just keeping an eye on this war. Oh, I see what you're saying. He could come through here. I see what you're saying, and then go through my territory. Well, we'll see if his pathfinding's smart enough to take that route. If it happens, it happens. Let's recon down here so we can get the updated borders. I think you're right. I guess he could pathfind down through that direction. Oh, and he is. I think he is heading in that direction. Like, he can walk through your territory. It's like, I guess you're right. I'm not going to deny him open borders. Oh, maybe I should? Maybe I should drop open borders if he gets... just to keep him stuck in this war? It's an interesting decision. Do we want to keep the Byzantines around for that reason? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, so here comes the next force. Here they come. Now, I would think Huayna Capac should be able to fight this off. I'm actually kind of rooting for Huayna Capac now because he's taken so much damage. He does have tanks. Does he still have oil? Can he still build them? Because he needs to hold on to oil. And he does have an oil source up here as long as it wasn't pillaged, so he can still build them. But like, if he hits this stack with artillery and tanks, he should be able to kill it. No, I'm not gifting away any of my units. Remember, I can build units quickly. If I'm ever in real danger, I can just like one turn out these mechs. But every turn I spend building units is a turn spent not building spaceship stuff.
The whole is greater than
All right, so here they come. The question is, do we deny open borders to Monty here? That's all but one thruster. Let's at least do one casing, at the very least, so that if I have to launch with just one casing, I can. So what do you guys think? Would we be better off here closing open borders with Monty just for the time being, so his units can't reach Justinian? I'm not declaring war on Wynakopek. Not unless it looks like he's about to. If it looks like he's about to die, then yes, but he's clearly not at that point yet. I'd rather have these two frustrate each other. Most people are seen to say, let Monty kill this guy. I think that's probably the right call. Monty, we're pleased with one another, so it's unlikely he comes after me. It's not impossible, but like, he's pleased with me. He's annoyed with Wynakopek. He's annoyed with Pakal. The odds are I am not likely to be his next target. So, all right, I'll follow the chat, and we will indeed let Justinian perish here, which happened on the very next turn because he just used my railroads. So he wants me to join him with the Incans. This is probably a yes and then not do anything about in the war, so I can get that mutual military struggle bonus. So we'll say yes, but we're not going to do anything. This does mean that I have to stop using my planes for scouting, because his fighters can shoot the planes down. Also means my oil is probably going to get pillaged again, but c'est la vie. It's too bad that I don't have this rice in my territory. That would sure be nice. Could use the extra health. Oh well. I'm not that far away from legendary culture, but I'm not going to build culture or anything. Yeah, I mean, Monty has a big army, but it's super outdated. Like, what text does he have? Just check in on him again. He still doesn't have steam power or education, so his army's very outdated. So we got a great engineer. That's a somewhat bad roll because we're going to get a great engineer from Fusion, but we'll just use him as another super specialist. It doesn't hurt getting the extra production or the extra beakers. And Golden Age is about to end, so as soon as that's done, we'll flip back into representation, and that will speed up the research rate, although it will slow the production rate. But one casing's only 20% successful landing chance. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd prefer to... Yeah, so no surprise that gets taken out. I'd prefer to launch with the complete spaceship. So yeah, at the moment, it sure looks like Wynakopek's dying here. Let's get some updated info with our units here. And just hope that Toku doesn't come after me. I was happy when he attacked I was happy when he attacked Wynakopek, but I didn't expect him to have this much success. I kind of thought the war would stalemate, to be honest. That has not happened. All right, so now we're going to pop back into representation. Everything else looks good. The only thing I can think of is we might want to go into... when this war is over, I think we're going to pop into Judaism, just so we can have the same religion as these two. Because I think I will value that more than the 10% extra beakers is the diplomatic protection from being on good terms with them. Actually, it might even be a good idea to do that now, because it'll start building up the bonus. Yeah, let's do that now. I can always change back if I don't like it. Like, I just want to get on better terms with these guys. So now we're pleased with Toku. That's good. And I should be able to get the faith bonus building by staying in Judaism. I think that's more important than the 10% extra beakers, is not having these guys coming down, crashing onto me. Communism, well, eventually, but for the time being, we need to get the last 3 spaceship techs. We need to get fiber optics, fusion, genetics, and then we can pop back for communism after that, because I do want to have state property, so I can use state property workshops. I can toss down the workshops now, but my city will start starving instantly without the bonus food. Anyway, but for right now, yeah, we're just making sure we're on the side of the AIs that are winning the game. Just if you're curious about Pakal, he is not close to a cultural victory. Look, Lakama is 70,000, but his trailing city's at 9,800, and it's only gaining like 200 culture a turn. So we should be pretty good there. Now where's Monty going? Probably after somebody. So we've got one casing done. Let's finish up with the last thruster now. So it looks like this is where the fighting's going on right now. Hang out over here. Even got We Love the Prime Minister Day. I just underestimated Tokugawa for the umpteenth time. I guess so. With him being pleased, though, he's not too likely to come after me. It's possible, of course. But he has other targets he dislikes a lot more. Like, he's only cautious with Pakal. And I don't need that much more time to blast off with the spaceship. Just trying to keep an eye on events over here. I suspect that Kori here is the next city they're going after. On the plus side, this does mean I'll keep my oil resource. Does the order? No, the order does not matter. Good question. It's more about like what's the most efficient way to get through the tech tree than the order in which you build them. Now, I wish Monty were up to friendly. Unfortunately, he's not quite that high. But we are on pretty good terms with one another. And he has some other leaders he really doesn't like. He really doesn't like Wainakopek or Pakal at all. I suspect Pakal is probably his next target, because Pakal has a lot of culture pushing on his cities, and he's annoyed with Pakal. It is kind of amusing that like these warmonger low peace weight AIs are the ones left standing in this game. Their tech is terrible, but they have big armies. Good news is we're next turning pretty fast here. A library was just... Oh, come on, are you serious?
There is a single light of science, and to brighten it anywhere is to brighten it everywhere.
I mean, we can finish that and then overflow, but still. Actually, we won't lose out on much, other than just the cost of the... It sucks because my espionage is so bad compared to everyone else. Look at this, 180, 177, 152. If you want to get the exact ratios, you can see them on here. Like, how about Wainakopek? What's the ratio for espionage? I have spent 500 points against him. He spent 8,200 points against me. And it's the same ratio, like, for all the others. 9,500 points spent. Like, I can't even see anyone's bar graphs. I've been trying to get them with Toku, and look, I've got 1,700. I need 5,000 to see his bar graphs. It's just crazy. This is going to be an extremely late victory, true, but that's what you expect. It's a one-city challenge, so it's not going to be fast. It's just very hard to research all the techs. Now, it would be different if we had tech trading on, but this is a no-tech trading game, so I've had to research every tech myself. Good news is we only need fusion and genetics. That's it. And then we have all the techs we need, and then we can just go full production in the city here. So I'm hoping to get out of here relatively soon. Hoping to stay out of war, honestly. Could see if Monty's plotting war, by the way. Alright, so he is plotting war. Hopefully it's not with us. We could trade for his coal. Just curious if I can find a way to get a resource trade with him. So I think he's going after Pakal, I think. Because that's where his army is. If he comes after me, I probably lose the game. But we are pleased with one another, so hopefully he's not plotting with me. Like, look at this army he's got. He has, I mean, it's outdated, but he's got 18 rifles, 21 grenadiers. He's got about 30 calves and 16 cannons. Like, I would not survive that. So I'm kind of hoping I'm not the one he's going after. Hey, remember how we were kind of kidding about whether we should let him finish off Justinian? Well, the jokes will be on us if he decides to come attack me. Okay, we need to renegotiate this. That's not a great sign that he decided to cancel the iron trade. Alright, cockpit. So let's dial down this and see what we need to pay to get the iron. Okay, 4 gold per turn. I think we can manage that. So, like, this city's completely surrounded by Pakal's culture, so hopefully that's who he's going after. Hopefully. Just need to stay out of war with Toku and Monty. I'm on good terms with both, but pleased is not friendly, unfortunately. So we're just kind of keeping our fingers crossed here. Like I said, I think he wants big 1 gold. That's like the one trick. He won't give me 1 gold, apparently. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably not great. Very bad. People are saying that's not a good sign. So he just... Well, hopefully we're... What? Well, remember, I asked you guys, should we keep Justinian alive? And you guys were all like, no. It was 100% in the chat. Definitely let him die. I was like, I don't know about that. But, well, we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. We are very close to exiting this map. We only need 2 more attacks, and then we need to finish the parts. You can see the spaceship is mostly done. He can declare war. Again, I think he's plotting with Pakal. I'm just not certain. He has a lot of overlap with... I should have finished off Justinian. I don't see what me finishing off Justinian would have done. That wouldn't have changed the situation in any way. I'm hoping that that's who he wants to go after because he's pleased with me, but that is not a guarantee. We know Monty can plot war at pleased, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, none of my cities have any border tension with him at all. There's just this one, like, he's got this city here, and these cities here have a lot of culture pushing on him. It could be trying to finish off Wina Kopek too, who is clearly on his way out of this game. Well, I mean, the reason why he's marching units through my territory is they're going to this city. This is where his stack is building. So, like, what the AI does when they're getting ready to attack is they rally units into a city, and this is where he's rallying them. So my hope is that they're going for Pakal. If they're going for me, though, then the game is probably over. Who is Monty's worst enemy? Well, his worst enemies, let's see. Wina Kopek is his worst enemy, apparently. I do not have nukes. Nukes would not be... When you have one city, nukes would not be a good option. Although I understand what you're saying, that... and I do have a source of uranium. I understand you could theoretically hit a big stack with 2 nukes and wipe it out, in theory. No, so he attacked Wina Kopek, so that's good news. That was who he went after. This isn't going to buy much time, though. The good news is we'll get more mutual military struggle bonus. What's the total plus right now with Monty? So we're at +9. That's pretty good. And we have all the resources, and Trades. We don't have any tech trades. Can I save gold and buy his map? I could certainly buy his map. Well, I could pay for it, but apparently he doesn't. Apparently he doesn't like me enough. So that buys us a little time at least. Buys us a little time at least. Hopefully he'll tick over to friendly because we've got the religious benefit. A few turns of no sliner might get you +4 for friendly trade. I don't know how that would work. We need to finish off the tech tree first before we can do anything else. I mean, it's not like I can... It's not a lack of gold that's stopping me. I could buy his world map. He just doesn't like me enough to trade it to me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Just gifting gold. How much money do you have to gift in order to... Oh yeah, favorite civics. That's a great suggestion. We could run favorite civics with these guys. That's a really good call. So his favorite civic is police state, which is not something we can even hop into. Oh wait, no, we have the pyramids. We can run any civic we want. But I kind of need representation. What we can do, though, is we can hop into police state as soon as we finish this tech tree. I think that's the right thing to do. He's not in it. Does he have to be in it himself? Does he also have to be in police? Does he need the civic himself? Okay. So that's not going to work with him. Toko would be mercantilism. Pretty sure he does. Okay. Well, it was a good thought. He'll probably get to fascism relatively soon on the tech tree. Oh, and no, he's not. He still doesn't have... Yeah, let's see, he's missing education, constitution. What's the prereq to get to scientific method? Well, he doesn't have education, so no, he's not especially close to getting to fascism. Oh, we could go via... No, never mind. I'm thinking of communism. You go via assembly line. So he would have to get assembly line, which I don't think he has. What is the... He needs corporation for that. I think that's what's blocking him. I think the corporation... Because I think he has steam power. This stupid fascism would get off the screen. There we go. Yeah, I think he's being blocked because he doesn't have corporation. So he would need to get education up to corporation, and then assembly line, and then... Okay, so he's not close to that at all. He's not close to landing that. Also, we're safe until they finish off Wynakopek. Now, the problem is that's not going to last much longer, but we are safe until Wynakopek is eliminated. So that buys us some time. The police state suggestion was a good one. So we just need to get the stasis chamber, the engines, and then the casings. What happens if a city is flipped? If I were to flip a city, it would just be raised because this is a one city challenge. It won't even ask me. It would just auto raise. What happened to Wynakopek? He just got taken out by Tokugawa. That's all. He just got totally wiped out. So here we'll get another casing done. And then we'll start on the engines after that. So come on, Wynakopek. Keep fighting the good fight. Need you to survive. Now Japan has fighters too. I think I can scout with my bomber at least over to like here, because that should be out of range. All right, so there are some rather large stacks moving around. Monty's big stack should be attacking Hun. Yeah, every turn we get is like a nice plus. No, not worth gifting Wynakopek some units. I have almost no units at all. That's the weakness. Because I only have one production queue to work with. That's the whole problem. Oh, is that Monty's big stack right there? Probably. Yeah, that's his big stack right there. So if we were to give him some money... So like, what happens if we just give him like 200 gold? That doesn't appear to have done anything. How does the whole, how does that all work, by the way, those of you who are more familiar with this? Is it like total money gifted, or is it like how much you have to give in one lump sum that gives you relations like that? I'm not familiar. I know that you get a plus for gifting them money, but I don't know how much you have to give. If you gift that small amount several times. All right, so there's the big stack that I'm most worried about. I don't think Wynakopic's going to be around much longer. Like, we have managed to survive by our by like the strongest AIs attacking others. We got 1 Diplo point for trade relations. Okay. The good news is we can turn off. You know what? I was going to say we could reassign these as merchants, but I don't think that that's actually worth doing. I think I still need the production. I won't have to run research for much longer. Finish fusion, pick up genetics, which is fortunately not as expensive. Then the only other tech we need is communism, so we can run state property. Everything else is not needed. So Wino will give us a couple more turns. I would really like to be at friendly with Monty by the time this war ends. What are we at right now? We're at plus 11. Ugh. Plus 11 still has not gotten us to friendly yet. That's a little bit unfortunate. I'm not as worried about Toku because he's not as aggressive. I do wish I hadn't gotten the -2 you refused to help us. When a Kopek converts to Christianity. Okay, buddy. Yeah, they're closing in on that last city. Fortunately, it'll be at least another turn or two until they get there. And we just finished the most expensive tech in the game, fusion. Entered the future era.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Oh, that's not good. I didn't realize that genetics required medicine as a prereq. Ugh, that's another tech I have to get through. Well, that's not good. I was thinking I was about to do the very last tech. I totally missed that I had another one to go. That's going to make things annoying. All right, well, just keep adding these super specialists. It's not the end of the world, it slows this down a little bit more. We have so many great people in here. 1 engineer. What is it? 2 great prophets, 2 great artists, 4 great scientists, 1 great merchant, 4 great engineers, 2 great military instructors. I don't need communism, it's true. I can run starvation deficit in this city. No, I still need the production, too. Like, I still have to build quite a few parts. I have to build both engines, and they are very expensive parts. Like, I have to build 2 engines, and I still need 3 more casings after this, too. More production kept than research, yeah, but I don't want to bulldoze my cottages until I've finished researching through these texts, or very close to finished to getting through these texts. So, could I defensive pack? Well, I can't while they're in a war. While I'm in the middle of a war, I can't. But I probably could. How much does the second engine speed up? It speeds it up by 2 turns, is my understanding. Because I think it's 10 turns to get there with 1 and 12 with... I think it's 2 turns, so that's probably something we skip out on. I don't know how much the casings help, to be honest. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but we probably prioritize the casings over the second engine because they're cheaper and I think they might be more important. I believe it's still a 100% chance to get there with 1 engine, I think. I'm not super familiar with the whole spaceship screen. Mission success is 0%. Still 0% at the moment. I know we need the stasis chamber to be able to launch at all, which is the one we're pushing towards here. Casings are the most important parts, great. Maybe I should have prioritized them more. Oh well. I guess that makes sense. There's a good chance it just is going to blow up if you can't get the like hull of the thing finished. But we need to do at least one engine at the very least. Then we can go back to cranking out more casings. Too bad we need that stasis chamber. If it weren't for the stasis chamber, we could... If we didn't have to get up here to genetics, we'd be in better shape. But we do, unfortunately. Alright, Monty is still pleased with us. Toku's still pleased. But that's it. Incans are destroyed now. So now they're out. Now they're both out of a war and can plot war. So we need to do... Yeah, we should probably start chopping the forest. That's a good suggestion. Might as well do that now. We need to do anything possible to get Monty up to friendly at this point. Because we actually dropped a couple points, or 1 point, because the mutual military struggle came to an end. He actually would be willing to declare war on Tokugawa. Could you spare this for a good friend? Because that would sure be nice. I don't know if they have the text for defensive packs. I was looking, I didn't see it as an option. It would take longer to construct a second engine than to delay spaceship for 2 turns. I think that's right. But yeah, we might as well start chopping these forests down for the minimal amount that they're going to do, which is admittedly not much. Perhaps try begging for 1 gold now. Yeah, he said no. He's not currently plotting war. And he also won't trade for the world map. So... is there any way we can get him to attack Tokugawa? But no, he won't do it. So I don't... So, alright, so he won't sign defensive pact, but maybe Toku would. So we can at least sign a defensive pact with him. That would help, I think. Oh, well, that was a -2 with... -2 with Monty, so maybe that wasn't such a good move. But I think that's still worth doing, because if Monty comes after us, now Toku will join us in the war. And that would be a lot of help. I think that's still worthwhile to do, even though I got them. But the -2 means I'm probably not going to be able to get him into friendly status. Well, all we can do is go on and keep going. Just gotta plow through these remaining techs. No, not worth getting a defensive pact with Pakal, I don't think. Pakal is weak enough that he's kind of irrelevant, honestly. Also, Pakal hates us, because we kind of burned a bunch of his cities. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Pakal. By the way, am I paying maintenance on these? I think I am, so I think I'm just going to chuck my missionaries from back in the day. Some valuable war reporting, but time to get rid of them. Gandhi and Monty requires +15, very difficult. Yeah, these were random AIs, by the way. I did not select the AIs for this game. But having Toku in a defensive pack definitely helps. So we're just chopping for the minimal extra production that this provides, which is something. Look at that. I mean, look, it was like an extra turn's worth of production there. Now seems like a good time, because when we finish our research, we'll be needing these guys to bulldoze towns into like workshops. And they also can provide defensive cover for invading units, so it's good to get rid of them for that reason too. Alright, last couple techs here. Just need to get stupid genetics. Should be able to launch almost as soon as that tech is done. Or close to it anyway. Just worried about these guys. Now the worst thing would be Tokugawa attacking me and then breaking the defensive pact, followed by Monty then piling on afterwards. That would not be great. Like, I really don't need a lot more turns, honestly. So, just take yet another super specialist. I don't know if I would have had enough for another golden age. So, he is not plotting war. That's good news. He is not plotting war either. Great news. Like I said, I don't need a lot of time. No, gifting the missionaries I don't think would have changed it. I would have to get the 4-man golden age. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think he just picked up silver himself, which is why I don't think he needs it. Sure, if you want 5 gold per turn, sure. So someone's spreading Judaism around. Most of these forests were already pre-chopped, which is why you're seeing this. 400. Nice. So now we'll use this to crank out more of those casings. Sure wish I had aluminum. That would make this easier. Watching their units run through my territory is slightly nervy. Alright, that's 1 engine. Just need the stasis chamber and more of those casings. Because we've got all the thrusters, we've got the cockpit life support docking bay. Got to get that stasis chamber and then crank out the rest of the casings and then not die while the spaceship's in transit. So next up, we want more of the casings. We already have 2 done. We can, as soon as we're done with research, we really can build these very quickly. Because like the capital right now has base production of 56. That's the base production, 56 per turn. But like I can probably double that if I get rid of all the cottages. Now that religion's really spreading like wildfire. Yeah, no more golden ages. I figured it would just be very difficult to get to the 4-person golden age. And what happened to my silver? Oh, did we pop another silver over here or something? Or did that get pillaged? Oh, I guess that got pillaged at some point and I never replaced it. Oh well. Let's check in on the AI again. Still not plotting war. He is plotting war. So hopefully it's against Pakal and not us. That's all Monty for you. Let's get the forest on the border chopped then. While we can. It didn't take him long to start plotting war again, did it? Hopefully it's against Pakal, who, again, he is still on good terms with us. Like, we're plus 10. The good news is if he declares on us, we will have Toku as an ally, and that should take a lot of heat off us. But we would have to not die, and that's kind of scary. So, gotta keep building those spaceship parts, though. Yeah, there's us and a whole lot of scary guys, pretty much. Alright, so with those forest chops, we got another casing done. Hopefully. So we need... This is the 3rd one. There's 2 more. And then we just need the stasis chamber and then not dying. And that's it. If Monty is going after Pakal, I will be so relieved. Alright, this will line up well. This casing plus genetics. These 2 will line up at like the same timing. The other nice thing is we do have like a near full food box here. See how we've got 60 out of 68? That means we can run some starvation in the capital. Alright, that's all the forests chopped down. Now you guys need to get back down here, where you're safe. All right, so this is it in terms of text. We need, let's see, could we? All right, well, since we can turn this down, let's start bulldozing some of these right now. Because I can afford to lose some research and still research finish. No, let's let it get a little closer. All right, well, this is not going to cost me more than 50 beakers, so. Actually, it didn't cost me as many as I thought it would. All right, so the starvation has begun. Like, I can't push this too aggressively. That's why I need communism, so I'm not starving. Also, caste system go, now that we've got a workshop down. Like, I don't want to drive this too deep into starvation just yet. Yeah, I'm sure from a viewing experience it would be entertaining to see Monty declare war, but as someone who's playing the game, I don't want to see that. Oh, that's annoying. We just had global warming strike us on one of our tiles. So now we've got a totally useless tile here. Nothing we can do here. Like, there's no tile improvement we can even put down except a fort. That's unfortunate. Now I'm hesitant to bulldoze too many more tiles because I don't want this city to starve too badly until I can get into communism. I think I'm going to have to hold off for the time being. That's annoying to lose a... that was a mature town and it just got turned into... Yeah, you're right, turn to engineer. It's +1 hammer. Thanks for the suggestion. It's a little bit better. Somebody killed a library. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm not going to replace that. So Toku's still pretty happy with me. We should gift him this. Oh wait, no, that's his stuff, not mine. Never mind. He built it. Well, I can ask him if he'd be willing to send it to me. It doesn't actually matter because I have infinite happiness, but hey, if he's willing to trade it, it's a sign of good faith. So we've still got that defensive pact. He's still showing we have enough on our hands right now. Not much to do but just keep next turning and keeping our fingers crossed. Hope he's going after Pakal. I guess I should get a little bit more info. We'll see if we can spot where he's building up his forces with this, because that could be a clue to Monty's intentions. I mean, he has no border overlap. All right, so his army's in here. Again, oh, you know what? He doesn't have open borders with Pakal. He doesn't have open borders with Pakal. His army can't get out. Even if he declared war on me, his army would not be able to reach me because it's trapped in this city. His army is trapped. He can't get out. He has to declare war on Pakal to get out of here. Well, that's reassuring. So watermelon state property does give food. That's absolutely right. But again, I would still need to be in state property for that. So that makes me feel a lot better. It also makes it more likely Pakal is his target because his army is trapped in a city that's completely surrounded by Mayan borders. I'm so pleased that these tiles right here, I'm so pleased that these tiles are not Aztec. But yeah, his giant Doom army is literally stuck and it cannot reach me. So that's pretty awesome. Nice. All right, so casing, we're about to get our last tech here. So one more turn on the casing, put that overflow into the casing. Then we will swap to the stasis chamber, build that, finish the casing, and launch. I am just keeping an eye on that stack. I want to know where this is going. I think it's going for the Mayans, but if it's coming for us, it can't move off this tile, and if it comes for us, Toku will come into a war and save our bacon. Hopefully. So how many turns do we need to research communism? It shouldn't need too many. 4? Alright, we can start... If that's the case, we can start workshopping more of these. Oh, we're no longer in serfdom, so it takes an extra turn.
Soon it will be a sin for parents to have a child which carries the heavy burden of genetic disease.
Every turn that there's no war declaration, I'm very reassured. Well, Monty just went into theocracy, so he's clearly thinking about it. Yeah, so I workshopped all these tiles, but now it takes 2 turns to finish them off. So we're starting to starve here, but we'll be in communism in 4 more turns, and then these tiles will all be food neutral, so we'll be okay. And that production continues to go up. Now we're at 69 base production. Oh, and I need to swap, that's right, I need to get stasis chamber first, because I absolutely cannot launch the spaceship without the stasis chamber. Then we go over to the, then we finish that last casing after the stasis chamber's done, and then we launch. We don't wait for the second engine, we just launch. We can launch on 1 engine. Oh yeah, we can chop the deer farce too. You're right, we can. Do that at the very end. After we've workshopped these tiles, that's what we'll do. Starting to feel a bit better here, which is probably right when the gut punch will come. But we're almost out of here. Just hoping Monty doesn't go too crazy. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness. He is going for Pakal. Alright, well, that pretty much should buy us the time we need to get out of here, because it'll take him 15 turns, or 15 to 20 turns to kill Pakal, and that's probably all we need. So that's definitely reassuring. We will be Judeo-Bolsheviks. I guess you could say that. Yeah, because you can see the city's definitely starving right now, but we will gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food next turn, and that'll take us down to just -2 food per turn, which should be plenty. Plenty to get us out of here. So now I just need Toku not to attack me, but we have a defensive pact, so he's... It's not impossible that he could attack me, but it's less likely with the defensive pact. Don't you now turn on me, Tokugawa. Anyway, as you'd expect, Pakal has no shot. I can't see the... Well, he does have infantry, I will say that. Note that he's not close to a cultural victory. He does have infantry, so there is that, but Monty just has way more units. Like, he's just rifles and cabs, but he has a ton of rifles and cabs. I wish I could see the bar graphs. If the game ends, we'll be able to see the bar graphs. I will say this was a game where diplomacy really, really mattered. Like, if I recognized at one point I needed to start becoming friends with Toku and Monty. Like, if I hadn't done that, they definitely would have come for me in this game. I had to make the decision to stop buddying up with Wainakapek and start becoming friends with the leaders who were going to be, like, the most terrifying. All right, so we've got all the text we need right now. Now it's, like, whatever. I guess we would go for advanced flight next, although I'm probably going to turn off research here, just because then I could get gunships, or actually mobile artillery is better, because then I could turn my artillery into mobile artillery, but it's mostly like a whatever thing. So we can technically launch right now, but I think I want to get that casing, right? Because isn't there a chance that... Well, let's exit out of this screen, go back to the spaceship screen. Yeah, it's only 80%. I don't feel like taking an 80% dice roll to lose the game. Let's not do that, shall we? So, state property. Caste system. Do we need representation? No, we don't. Might as well go uni suffrage for the remaining towns we haven't bulldozed yet. No reason to take an 80% dice roll. We can take a 100% dice roll by just going 3 more turns. All right, let's see if we can shave a turn off this. So we're at 372. We're currently getting 360. I don't think we can, but I'll give it a shot. 372 plus 360. We would need to get another extra 100. Well, you know what? I think we can do that if we get the chops. If we can get these deer forest chops, I think that would work. I think we can shave a turn off if we have them chop this turn and then another chop next turn. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Global warming didn't help. Yeah. Also, so I think that I managed the production and the tech pretty well, honestly, because like I'm finishing production very close to when teching finished. So I think I handled that reasonably well. Oh, nice. We don't even need to chop the last one, the last casing. It's going to finish in one turn anyway. Once this very long inner turn finishes. Don't be attacking me, Toko. I just need like a couple more turns for the game to end. Alright, so we launched on this upcoming inner turn. And then we're just going to crank out as many mechs as we can to try and make sure we don't die here. Yeah, so I think we're good. I don't think these workers need to do much of anything else. I don't think I need to convert more tiles over into production. I'm already going to be able to one-turn any unit I want. So let's just have you guys chill for right now. Yeah, I thought I had to chop the other one, but I wasn't paying attention. Yes, we get 356, and that's enough by like 7 production. Nice. Alright, add. We'll launch from the spaceship screen. I want to make absolutely sure it's 100% success rate. Alright, so I'm going to just do the alt mech infantry for the time being. They're probably the strongest unit I can build. I really wish I had aluminum so I could crank out modern armor, but I just don't have them. And I already have a couple artillery, so... we'll do a few mechs. I might switch over to infantry after that. Yeah, I think we're good. So F8, space race, 100% success, 12 turns. Yes, it's better to launch with one engine than try to build a second engine. Because it would take how many turns to build the second engine? Just out of curiosity. 5 turns? Yeah. 5 turns to cut 2 turns off the travel time is pointless. So let's get this started then. I don't think Monty's close enough to win by domination. He would need 20% land area. Let's see how much... Oh, I can't see how much Bakal is. I don't think that's 20% land area, though. I think between myself and Toku, we have enough. We have a third of the land. We're riding off on a Charlemagne edition, yeah. So now we just don't die for 12 turns. It's technically don't lose your capital, but for me, losing my capital is identical to losing the game. So hopefully we'll just sit here and watch Monty have some fun, hopefully. Did our alright, our defensive pact is still in place with Toku. Let me just see if there's anything else we can do to make him feel better. Let's just give him 1,000 gold. Because why not? Unfortunately, we have not gotten him up to friendly yet. We have him at... he's at plus 11 and he's not friendly. That's annoying. Well, we'll toss him another 1,000 gold in a couple more turns. He's not plotting war, is he? Alright, he's not plotting war currently. Well, so you might say, is there ever a case for building a second engine? Well, normally you're not playing a one-city challenge. In a normal game, you can have more than one city build the parts. So normally you would just queue it up so 2 different cities both built parts. Oh, he went to free religion, so that just killed most of our bonus. Oh well. Not gonna be able to get him to friendly if he goes in free religion, but he is still pleased, so that's a nice sign. Meanwhile, Monty is nowhere close to getting through Pakal. He will kill Pakal eventually, but like it'll take him more than 9 turns to do that because we know how the AI moves. They don't move that quickly. I am gonna move. Monty went to Buddhism. Oh, that's not good. Well, I guess I'll go back to free religion for the time being, because no one's Jewish in this world right now. Might as well remove the penalty. By the way, I love being spiritual and being able to do this. Might as well remove the penalty for being in a separate religion. And the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to rebase. Well, let's build a new fort up here on the border so that we can see. Or wait, can I rebase in neutral territory? Hold on. No, it has to be in your territory. That's what I thought. I wanted to put the plane a little bit closer to the action so I can see more of what's happening. By the way, we've maxed out overflow, or we're about to max out overflow on these mechs, but there's nothing else to build. Like we can one turn basically anything. Could 3-turn the Eiffel Tower, which is pretty funny. In the meantime, I'll rebase up to here. Or no, I deleted the war correspondence. It's okay. We can see much better with the plane anyway. Like now I'm able to move up to here. It does feel a little bit like we're doing AI Survivor with using the plane for vision. Anyway, Lonely's going to start down a size, but then it'll get stuck at size 23, and that should be just fine. It wouldn't be starving if it weren't for that stupid global warming. At this point, I think I could probably survive a couple turns, even if Toku did come and attack. So hopefully he won't, just so I don't have to stress out for the last couple turns. But like I have enough mechs that I think I could hold out. Let's just give him some more money. Just because we love you, Toku. I don't think that I can get my trade bonus much higher, but I might as well toss him bribes, because why the heck not? As the spaceship's en route. Monty's big army is still healing at the time. Oh, there it goes. Yes, anything you say, Master. Anything you say, Master. Your wish is my command. It's like, Monty's like, wouldn't you like to go attack Bakal? I'm like, sure, of course, Monty, please don't hurt me. So I moved the plane up a couple tiles so we can watch the action a little bit better. By the way, the capital's about to go legendary. In fact, I think I can make the capital legendary with this great artist. Was that enough? Oh yeah, we are legendary now. It didn't show it, but there we go. Nice. You can push out those borders a little bit further. So hey, we did manage to get the capital to legendary status before the spaceship landed. That's pretty cool. Why didn't I convert to Monty's religion? Well, because Monty's in a war right now. I guess technically I could convert to Monty's religion, but as long as he's in a war, he can't start another new war, so I'm completely safe until Pakal dies. Monty's at 46% land area. He will not finish off Pakal before this spaceship arrives, so that's good news. This was pretty nervy, though. We have these very powerful AI empires, and I still just have the one city. I mean, yeah, I'm ahead in tech, but it's like if they come crashing in with 100 units, I'm not going to survive even with superior tech. So I'm very glad Monty did not choose to come after me. That's why I'm just cranking these out. I think I should switch over to artillery, which is going to be even more production overflow wasted, but whatever. Guess we can at least turn them into scientists, because I don't need the extra production. Just watching Monty as he runs his army through Pakal's territory. What are the promotions that modern units can get? Well, it depends on the unit class. If they're, so I'll just pull up the Civilopedia real quick. So here's the promotions. Where is it? Where's unit types? I know that they list, here it is, unit categories. So it depends on them, right? So air units have their own promotions. The big one is armored units get their own, like tank, modern armor, panzer. They get their own class of units. And the gunships also have their own class, helicopter units. So those are two kind of unique ones. The tanks, the big thing is that they can take both City Raider and they can also take, and they also get the Blitz promotion, which unlocks some stuff that you can't normally get. No, well, I guess you can normally get it, but you have to have military science. So they get the innate Blitz. Then they also can take City Raider. Now, they used to be able to take, in release Civ, they could take City Raider, and they could also take Barrage. It was like the most ridiculous thing. You could get a City Raider 3 tank that could then also get Barrage 2 or 3. So not only are they getting this massive bonus against cities, they're also collateralizing everything in the city too. But they took that out, so that's not a viable promotion anymore. The helicopter units get some different promotions. I think that they can get... I have to look back at this. I can't recall exactly what, but they get something slightly different. Yeah, my library got sabotaged. I didn't bother to put it back afterwards. It wasn't worth wasting a turn. I did replace it once, then it got sabotaged again, and it wasn't worth spending another turn to replace the library again. So it looks like we're going to make it out of here without further issue. I will say to Tokugawa, thank you very much for not attacking me. So if you would like another 1,200 gold per turn, please accept this gift. Getting that trade relations fair and forthright score up. He would probably be friendly now if he hadn't lost the shared religion bonus by going to free religion. All right, fair enough. Is he gearing up to attack me, just out of curiosity? Nope, he's not plotting war at the moment. Monty's still running around with these massive swarms of units. But we're one turn away from victory, you guys. So let's take one last look here at the city of Lonely. You know what? I'll splurge. We'll replace that library on the last turn. So how many of these did we end up having? How many super specialists did we get? Let's see, 2, 3, 5, and then another 5, 10. We ended up with 16 super specialists in this city. Nice. Ideally, it would have been better if my planning had been better. I would have used 4 of them on a golden age. I should have been able to get that 4-man golden age, but there is some benefit to having this super specialist in the cities as well too. And we always had those trade routes. Ironically, our trade routes have been with Tokugawa, which is pretty funny, along with all the buildings, that early academy, supermarket, a whole bunch of temples and monasteries. And then our wonders were pyramids, great library, hanging gardens, oracle, Taj Mahal, space elevator, mausoleum. For the extra golden ages, we did manage to get to legendary before the game came to a close. And if you want to take a look at the city, here you go. Got that space elevator, hanging gardens over there. Where's the pyramids? Right there. National Park, one of the ones you rarely see in the cities. At some point, the city can't display everything anymore, so it has to cut out some of the buildings. All right. And with that, I think that's it. We're done. We made it out of this death trap of a game. You wouldn't think that that Monarch would be that hard, but the AI's just... well, Toku and Monty kind of ran away with it. I'm still amazed that the... Oh, we get a Wonder video. That's right. This is not AI Survivor. We actually have a finishing video. This is a weird ending video, by the way. Yeah, that's the spaceship ending. I don't really understand it. I think it's supposed to be someone like waking up from cryogenic freezing or whatever, but it's still kind of a weird ending. All right, let's watch the replay. So this was, of course, on this weird map script that I picked, the one where everything is forest and there's like a gazillion deer resources. It's just funny watching me never expand at all. So some of the early key things in the game was focusing on the pyramids so I could get into hereditary rule. That was one of the big things I needed to do. So I could adopt representation. Excuse me. Needed to get into representation, and then I needed to get needed to solve my happiness issues. I ran hereditary rule for a little while, and then got into representation once I had enough happiness. Once I was able to get into like the globe. As far as this game goes, Justinian's borders ended up in like this bizarre shape. Huayna Capac had cities here and then also here. Oh yeah, that's right. There was Hattie in this game originally as well. She didn't last too long, did she? She had the misfortune to start next to Huayna Capac and Tokugawa with Monty in the mix too. I forgot that Hattie was even in this game. So she got conquered pretty quickly, and she was the first one off the board. Then at this point, poor Justinian is a high piece weight leader. Everyone else is a low piece weight leader, so not great for him. Not ideal. So he was like the next one to be focused. Monty was pretty weak for most of the game. Like, he fought these ineffectual wars, but he took over Tokugawa's territory. Or not Tokugawa, he took over Justinian's territory. Oh yeah, Hatshepsut survived with one city for a while too, until she got eliminated. She also had like a little enclave. And then afterwards, the Byzantines were like in the same situation. So like, now the Byzantines are getting eliminated. The endgame would have been a lot less tense if we had allowed Justinian to stay alive, so that Monty wasn't this force who could take out someone else. Here's me. So this was the biggest, scariest moment of the game, aside from the ending, was when I looked and I was like, oh my god, Pakal, I had noticed Pakal's tech wasn't advancing. I was like, huh, I thought he was doing better than that in tech. Why hasn't he researched anything? And then I was like, wait a minute. He's getting close to a cultural victory, and then we had to go and kill some of his cities because he was getting very, very close to a cultural victory, and an early one too. It was going to be like a turn 300 culture victory or something like that. So I had to go in there and I had to raise some of his cities. I raised Chichen Itza, and then I pushed on and raised his capital too, and at that point he had no chance to get to a cultural victory. So here's where we left off the previous session. Huayna Capac declares war. We killed his stack without much trouble. And then here's where Huayna Capac dies, gets eaten alive. And then at the end here, Monty declares war on Pakal. And Pakal is very much in the process of dying, but fortunately we get the heck out of this world and off to Alpha Centauri before the Mayans can get finished off, and Monty goes looking for someone else to snack on. So world wonders are not limited in a single city. That would be kind of silly, but national wonders are. We can finally look at the bar graphs, which we didn't have enough points to see for the rest of the game. So let's see, GMP. Yeah, wow, Toku was apparently the GMP leader at the end of the game. I didn't realize that. Monty's teching was garbage throughout. Let's pull back a little bit further back. So yeah, Pakal was the GMP leader, and then he died, and then Toku kind of took over there. Production, Toku had factories, Monty didn't. That's the big difference there. Food, so I guess Tokugawa was in some ways, I guess he was stronger than Monty, even though Monty had more land area. Power, if we want to go back a little bit further. Yeah, you can see I was flat on power like forever. They were slightly higher in terms of power, just a little bit. So you can see why Huayna Capac thought he could fight me, because he was higher in power, but I killed off, this right here is me killing off his stack. And then this is when Toku attacks him and then his power drops off a cliff. So culture, yep. It's like legendary city raised, legendary city raised. Here's, you can like see when each Incan city is captured as the culture goes down. Yeah, Pakal's almost victory on Monarch would have been competitive amongst deity AIs. That's pretty crazy that he was going to have like a turn 300-ish culture victory. So yeah, some real twists and turns in this game. Not surprisingly, Lonely is top city. And if you're curious about statistics, let's look at current. 13 mechs. Yeah, I apparently built more mechs than anything else. I built 9 warriors and 9 tanks. You won't see that too often. 9 warriors built, 9 tanks built for highest. As far as what I killed, 22 calves, 18 grenadiers, 18 rifles. So the calves, the grenadiers, rifles, some of these were against Pakal, and some of them were against Wynakopek. I think the Cavs were mostly Wynakopek. And then what did I lose the most of? I lost 4 warriors. 4 warriors, 2 infantry, 2 fast workers. For buildings, everything should be 1 except the libraries. I only had 1 city, but apparently I still managed to build 3 libraries in my 1 city. That's pretty silly. All right, score is pretty terrible because I had 1 city, and it was a late finishing game. But hey, space race victory, 1 city on Monarch, not too bad. My Hall of Fame is cluttered up with 10,000 AI Survivor games, so whatever. You can see that a couple of actual games here. I have a 1 Succession game from way back in the day that still ended up in here. And there's the Willem of the Dutch YouTube game. And where's the Elizabeth of the Highlands game? Is that not on here for some reason? I guess the Elizabeth of the Highlands... Oh, the Elizabeth of the Highlands game I did on the Steam version. And this is not the Steam version. This is the local... what's on my local computer. All right, so that's that. If you want to see, now that the game's over, if you want to see real quick the debug mode of what was going on here. Oh, Toku was on robotics? Holy cow, I didn't realize he was that close to the end of the tech tree. Okay, well, he was beelining it, but yeah, he wasn't that far away from a spaceship. He was maybe 30 to 40 turns away from a spaceship victory. Huh. I didn't realize his teching had advanced that far. So he wasn't attacking because he was in I'm going to win a space race mode. That's what he was doing. He was building research in every city. Let's see how many beakers he got up to at the end. 2,000, so like double my research rate. I never got much past around. I basically maxed out at like 900-ish beakers, which is really good for 1 city, but like you do hit a limit. And Monty had 4 cities to go before he finished off Pakal. He would probably have lost to Toku if they had fought because he was still using rifles and cavs, whereas Toku had factories, tanks, and he was about to get mechs. So I think Toku would have won if they had come to a fight, but it would have been something to see. Well, turn 433. It's not a fast finish because I had the freaking 1 city, but yep, you can win Space Race Monarch 1 city with no tech trading turned on. So I had to research every tech myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is a great place to stop. I'll go ahead and toss this up on YouTube. We'll be back next week. We're probably going to do a new Civ4 game. I'll give it some more thought, but we're probably going to do a new Civ4 game. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you'll stick around and continue as we do more of Civ Fridays. Until then, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.